back, everybody. This is the One Way Out Star Wars podcast. I'm Greg. I'm here with Paul. And tonight we're going to be talking about Maul, Shadowlord, Episode 8. I just want to do a quick reminder for everybody. We do spoilers on our podcast. Make sure you have watched Episode 8 before you watch our podcast, but make sure you come back and watch us too. Also, I just kind of want to do a quick little announcement. We are posting most of our podcasts on YouTube, but I have started actually uploading them on Spotify as well. So if you're a Spotify user, you can find us One Way Out podcast on Spotify. And I also, for those of you who have video and are watching us, Paul has gone and designed some One Way Out podcast merch. So we are going to have shirts, and what else are you planning on doing, Paul?
Probably hats soon, and like bumper stickers or stickers.
Okay.
People have actually, like, I didn't know people still were like in the bumper stickers, but I've had like 2 different people now say, "Oh, I would put a One Way Out bumper sticker on my car."
Really?
And I was like, "That's pretty awesome," because we have like 30 subscribers. So the fact that 2 of you want a bumper sticker is pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
One of them's my mom, but it's okay.
I hope the other one's not my mom.
So yeah. So Episode 8, the creeping fear.
The creeping fear.
Yeah, instantly when I saw that, every time I hear the word creeping, all I think of is Creeping Death from Metallica. It's just like in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
But
Well, it just seeing the title kind of gave me this vibe that we were gonna see a lot of spooky stuff. I guess just in general, we know from Episode 7 we've just seen Maul go through it. And when you consider the plot arc of the season, this episode is probably going to be his lowest, in my opinion.
yeah, this episode there's things. I mean, we'll talk about it as we get to them, but there were some amazing things in this episode that I was not expecting at all, and it just can't wait till next week. Like. Yeah, I mean, after this episode, I'm like, oh man, like, I'm happy for next week. I'm also sad that it'll be over. Remember, we're doing our special May the 4th thing at the flagship cinema in Palmyra. I do have a couple seats left, so if there's anyone watching that's in the area that's interested in coming with to that, it's a flagship cinema. Food and drinks and popcorn and stuff will be included. We're actually going to do our podcast before we watch the 2 episodes, and then interview some people afterwards, and we'll have some cool stuff to show on a later video.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty neat.
Yeah, so this episode starts pretty awesome. Once again, the way that they keep ending and starting the episodes right where the last one took place, I'm ready to cut it all together and have one long movie. So that's what it'll definitely feels like, the whole Evil Dead Army of Darkness 5. But Maul escapes through the rubble, and you see him like do this spinning dive thing.
Okay, so I just watched Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Okay.
And it was called Core. It was one of those movies where they make a machine and they go to the center of the Earth because humans are dumb and we destroyed the planet, and the only way to save it is to restart the core. And they made it was like a worm kind of thing.
Like the vehicle from Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. But on the front of it had a laser. And then when Maul dives off the cliff and does this thing, and he turns the lightsaber and he starts spinning, I was like, it's the drill from Core!
Yeah.
Like, I was like just totally
Now you don't actually see him hit the platform, but you see him hit the ground, so he gets through it, and
yeah,
I just feel like it would have been like less of a fall, so just hit the platform.
Yeah, I'm not really entirely sure what.
I mean, because I guess I'm missing. He does land in the water, so I guess that was like the big thing of it. But it was pretty neat, and right after that, gunship comes by and picks the Inquisitors up.
Yeah, I was kind of sad that they weren't more hurt.
Yeah, I mean they did definitely give Maul a run for his money. The wounded the wounded body and legs of Maul are really.
Well, I mean, it's like you said, though. He's got to have a weakness, and we know it's not his manipulative abilities or his swordsmanship. So
yeah. So we get to see Greg's favorite character, Spybot.
I love Spybot.
Yeah, he's searching for Maul, but he says, "I cannot find him."
Yeah. So, it's interesting that, when he says I can't find him, he's in Rook's earpiece, and she says there's no sign of Maul, and Vario immediately, he's like, oh, well, let's carry on. Like, no big deal.
Yeah, Vario's like, he basically wants to leave Maul.
Yeah, he just I think that on some level he's just, if Maul is alive, then I'm sticking with him because he's, my way out. But if he's not, then also good, we're going to move on and find the next person to get on the coattails of.
Yeah. So, I mean, regardless, the Shadow Collective decides to leave, and Rukas says that she hopes Maul will find them.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're just pulling back a little bit because their ship got destroyed. So it's not like they're, leaving the planet and just ditching him completely.
Well, and obviously I don't think we really saw the end of the battle. So obviously it means Shadow Collective kind of won the battle, right? I mean,
I think they did. I mean, when you consider, Shadow Collective's losses, it was the 3 Mandos who were D-bags and tried to ditch on them, and then it was Icarus who went out the noble way, trying to save his master or friend or whatever you want to call Maul's. I don't know exactly what what predicates the loyalty between them, but that was the honorable way for anyone to have died. And then you take the Empire's side, and they've lost countless stormtroopers, ships, like one Mando ship to at least 2 or 3 of the of the gunships.
Yeah, I mean maybe even more.
Yeah, I mean the ones that we didn't see off
off camera.
Off camera. Yeah. So I think the Empire took heavy losses in that engagement, and we lost 4 from the Shadow Collective.
Yeah. Maul wakes up in a puddle, and he sees a reflection of himself as a kid. We still see they're really showing how damaged his leg is, and he struggles. He gets up and he tries to walk over this little pile of rocks, but quickly falls down the other side of the rocks because his leg can't hold him up properly anymore.
Yeah. Now, did you notice that the little boy in the reflection says, "I hate you"?
I didn't notice that. No.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, he sees himself as a weak boy in a reflection, and then I put in quotes, "I hate you."
Okay.
So now, actually, now that I think about it, the question is, I'm pretty sure it was the kid saying it to the adult Maul, and not the other way around. But I want to rewatch it and see if I didn't get it backwards.
Regardless, is pretty powerful.
Yes, absolutely.
So, next we jump to the police station, and Riley is put in interrogation, and the 11th brother comes in, but at least in the scene does not say anything.
No. He does duck to get in the doorway, though.
Yeah, Lawson still has no response from Boots, but Rena contacts him. She says she's found a transport, but it leaves 2 hours, and it's going to leave with or without you. Because Lawson begs for more time, but she's pretty much like, nah.
Well, now, he doesn't say why he needs more time. Do you think if he had said, I need to get Riley, she would have maybe, been like, all right, I'll see what I can do?
I mean, at this point, I don't know if she cares. Obviously, she's still going to, stick up for Lawson and stuff, but because of him, I mean, her whole establishment's destroyed. She's now,
her whole livelihood is,
yeah, she's it's kind of his fault, right?
I mean, it's 100% his fault.
So, we see Boots talking to another officer next.
Oh, yeah.
And, they're going back and forth, and, he says he's going to go, to Chief Kleiss about this, and he's like, she's dead,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's not standard protocol, or whatever, and he's like, it's the Empire, there is no standard protocol.
Yeah, I think Boots is starting to realize that this is not going at all how he thought it would, because, protocol kind of goes out the window when Maul's involved.
Yeah. And when the Empire's involved.
Well, yeah, it's protocol for me, or protocol for thee, not for me, I think is how that's supposed to go.
Yeah. Boots then does see Riley, and eventually Boots answers Lawson, says, "It's been chaos, sorry for not answering." In this conversation, Officer Lawson, or Chief Lawson, he offers to trade himself in for Riley.
Yeah. What did you think when he actually said that? Like, how did you think that was supposed to be a thing?
Yeah, I don't know if he expected Boots to, go to the Empire and say, "Oh, I've been communicating this whole time."
Right?
With Chief Lawson, and he's willing to give himself up for if you let Riley go.
I think he's captain, actually, not chief. Because Chief Close.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Captain.
Oh, that's okay. I've done far
It's
worse.
Okay. But, yes, I mean, I don't know what the plan was, but Devin says it's a horrible plan.
Well, I love it. She's just like, that plan sucks.
Yeah.
Just no candy coating, just nah.
Yeah, Lawson gives the coordinates to Rena's ship to Docky and tells Docky and Devin, basically, make sure Riley gets on that ship.
Yeah, no matter what happens to me, make sure he goes.
Yeah. And Docky tells Devin to find a transport.
Now, this part's pretty cool, I gotta tell you. And it has...
it was like a cooler car scene than the last 17 Fast and Furious movies.
Just wait for the 18th one. They're gonna fix it all on the 18th one, Paul.
They're gonna, you know what they're gonna do with the car? Since they're already in space, they're gonna put that spiraler thing on the front, and they're gonna drill themselves to the center of the Earth to save it.
What was that thing? I'm not even gonna say what Tyree said. But yeah, now they're gonna be in. I watched the movie. This is how brain dead I am sometimes. I watched the movie. I know the layers of the Earth, and it's gonna be like Tyrese gonna be like, "We're in the crust." I don't know.
But anyway, Boots finds Riley eventually in his cell, and he frees him. He says, "I'm rescuing you."
Yeah, thank God. It's about time, Boots. I was really starting to think that you sucked.
Yeah, Greg was really starting to hate him as a character and wishing him dead. Off camera, Greg is like, I want Boots to die. He was like so adamant about it.
Listen, I definitely have expressed a distaste for Boots, but I don't think I went that far.
Yeah. Yeah, so he basically starts the process of trying to get Riley freed.
Yeah, that part was pretty cool because he's just like, "Riley, I am rescuing you."
Yeah. Next, we jump back to Maul. He's having visions and hearing talking in his head. And he says, "I showed him loyalty. He wants you dead." He sees Savage as a kid basically saying, "Don't go, don't go, don't go." And then they show Sidious come to take Maul as a child. It also shows a cool scene of Sidious and Maul fighting where Sidious just lightnings the crap out of Maul.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of awesome because we all see Maul as this indomitable sword fighter, and you never really get to see quite where it came from and what his motivation to be so good was. It was quite literally electroshock therapy every time he did the technique wrong or screwed up.
Punished by lightning.
Punished by lightning.
Yeah, no, it was I think that was pretty awesome too because we don't know what the Emperor, Sidious training was like, you know what I mean? So obviously it seems like he forced the hatred. What was Maul always? Did Maul always have this much hatred before? Did Sidious actually tell them I'm going to get you and train you to the dark side, or did he lie and say I'm a Jedi and I'm going to train you the ways of the Jedi? That's one of those curious things I'd like to kind of know more about.
Yeah, it stands to reason that he was more like, "Oh, you don't want the Jedi. They smell. We're better. We're gonna do it the better way, and you're gonna have more powers than they do."
Yeah.
That just seems very Palpatine-y to me, to just dismiss the light side as weak and ignorant of the complete power that the Force is.
Yeah, for sure. Next in the visions, Maul it doesn't technically show Kenobi, but you hear like
there's a silhouette.
Oh yeah, it's kind of the silhouette, but you hear that like those beam walls, like.
Yeah, you hear them opening and closing, and then the silhouette kind of does some kind of flippy thing.
And then you get to see Maul as a spider.
That was pretty cool. I like Spider Maul.
Yeah, and then you see Savage finding him and helping him, and then you see Sidious killing Savage.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a big deal for Maul, I think, and I'd say that's a large part of his motivation to get at Sidious.
And then you hear in his head, "You must have your revenge," and at this point he stands back up. Like he got a second win.
Right, but the legs still.
Yeah, he says,
not so good.
"My home, my brother, all taken from me. Sidious, you did this to me."
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets really loud. "You did this to me. You did this."
Yep, and then we kind of cut back to Devin.
Yeah.
She finds a good speeder.
It's a pretty cool looking speeder.
I think it's a pretty cool speeder.
The scene was actually super awesome because like it shows like one guy at first, and she's like, I need your car," and they kind of
have to borrow it.
Yeah, they kind of get into it a little bit. And she like kicks him around, and then a door opens and like two others come out.
Did you notice they're Cyclops?
Honestly, no, I didn't. But
yeah, they're all Cyclopses.
But it was
Cyclops eyes.
But it was she like kind of like I always just envision like the whole like crack in my neck and then.
Well, this is that scene I was talking about that feels very much like she's mimicking Darth Maul. She's like, oh.
Yeah, like.
Okay, this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it doesn't actually show the battle, but it shows them all laying on the ground and her taking the car.
Yeah. Which, they could have given us a little bit more Devin acting like Maul, and I wouldn't have complained.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a little bit every episode, I think. Like we all are pretty much convinced that she is gonna eventually, Docky's gonna die, and she's gonna join Maul, and could be some fun stuff.
And then we cut back to Two Boots walking Riley out of the police station, and it's just that whole "I'm not awkward, you're awkward." Yeah,
he says something about Riley like, "Be natural," and he's like, "I am being natural. You're the one that's not being natural."
It was honestly, it was a very enjoyable exchange to watch between the two of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so Boots escorts Riley, gets all the way to the door, and then the Empire questions, so Boots stuns both of them, and actually more come in, he stuns them as well.
It was the classic Han Solo, prisoner transfer.
Yeah.
What do you mean prisoner transfer? There's no scheduled prisoner transfer. Blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was pretty cool. Right after Riley finally unites with his father, Lawson says, "Thank you, Two Boots." And Boots says, "How did you know it was me?"
I'm not even wearing my boots.
Yeah. And he says, "I will always recognize my partner."
But I want to know how. I need to know
Maybe
how.
the way he acts. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's the talking and the acting.
You think he just acts different?
Or maybe he just knows. It's like, kind of like, you have twins. And, like, they're identical twins, but, like, a mom and dad always know who's who.
No, they don't.
What? How do you know?
Because I've seen Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Mrs. Weasley always gets Fred and George confused.
So basically, Lawson tells them about the trade that he's made it for Riley's life, and Boots says, "No, deal is off."
Yeah. Now, do you think that was a spur of the moment thing, or he was going to do that all along?
I think he was going to do that all along. Yeah. I mean, he knows that now that he helped Riley escape, he stunned some stormtroopers. He knows he's probably done for as well.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I even bring that up is because he thinks very by the Two Boots has displayed a very by the book. I do this, this happens, without any deviation, and he's, obviously they're showing him seeing that I do this and this doesn't happen, so you're getting a little bit of that in his head or processor or whatever you want to call it, and he has this deal with Lawson to trade for Riley. So it's like, does he actually intend to do the trade? And then when he has to stun those two TK troopers to get out the door, he realizes that the proverbial has hit the fan, and now I can't go back. So deal's off.
Yeah, I mean maybe. Regardless, it was cool. I'd like to feel like we got Boots back on our side again.
Yeah, I think I can stop hating on Boots.
Yeah, we like you again, Boots. Yeah. Greg promises he won't plan your assassination after tonight's episode. Devin shows up with a ride, picks him up and says, "Hey boys, need a ride?"
And did you notice the techno music?
Once again, I guess I got to go back and watch these 2 episodes. You've definitely seen a lot more than I've seen in these episodes. So.
Well, yeah, because she completely just comes rolling up, and it's like this techno music just bumping, and like, damn chair. She's just bumping to the techno music because I guess it's what the Cyclops had, on, and then the whole chase scene, it just carries on with this techno music in the background as they drive off.
The chase scene was awesome.
I liked Lawson shooting out the door at them.
Yeah, Lawson shooting out the door. But what's cool because the car like ramps off the side and down to like the next level, and it did make me feel so much like Fast and Furious, to be honest with you. It did. This is actually probably less of a fall than the Fast and Furious movies would have been.
I was expecting Docky to say "Ejectocito, cuz."
Oh my god! But this next scene is actually super awesome. Docky reaches out with the force and like grabs the one speeder bike and throws it at the gunship and destroys it that's in front of them. Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome.
That was an awesome launch.
Yeah, I thought that was the scene is super fun.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely one of the enjoyable parts of the show.
It was 1,000,000 times better than any of the bikes driving around in Book of Boba Fett.
You mean crawling the slow bikes?
The slow motion bikes. Yeah. So
they could have at least made those bikes faster, and maybe I would have bought into it a little more.
What was weird, because remember they had that, and there was a lot of controversy over that, and then they did the Obi-Wan series, and there was like the controversy where it's like everyone trying to catch Leia was like running in trying to get her in slow motion.
Have you ever tried to catch a toddler before?
Yeah, but like they weren't even trying. She was just everything was just slow motion.
It's like the game I play with the Huskies when I'm trying to tire them out so they'll shut up so we can shoot a podcast.
And they still don't shut up. Yeah. So next we see Maul slowly walking through the sewers. He hears the Sidious laugh.
I definitely wrote in my notes, Maul is hobbling along and he's in the fields.
He's in the fields?
He's in the fields.
Yeah. Next time he sees his reflection as a scared kid, he says, "It's all right." And actually, you see something crazy here. You see a tear run down Maul's face.
Really?
So I seen something you didn't see.
I didn't catch that part, but I did catch the part where he says, "I won't let him do this to anyone else."
Yeah. Yeah, but a tear, he literally sees the kid in the image, or the reflection, and it just rolls down his cheek.
No kidding.
So it's like, once again, like I said, man, maybe Maul's not the bad guy. Maybe he's the good guy in all this.
Well, I just hope that they don't
Boba Fett him.
Boba Fett him.
Yeah.
Don't Boba Fett my Maul.
Don't Boba Fett Maul.
Don't Boba Fett my Maul.
You already Boba Fetted Boba Fett. Don't Boba Fett Maul.
Yeah.
I can say that 5 times straight.
I can't.
I
would have been impressed if I could have said that one time.
Yeah. Next, we go back to the, I think Vario and the Mandalorians and Rukas, and they're like basically complaining about, they got to go or whatever, and she says, "We will wait as long as it takes."
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes. Here, Maul actually...
How much time do you think passes? Because she says that and he walks right in almost, it feels like.
34 seconds.
Okay. I was going to say 33, but...
Okay. Maul walks in, and Spybot is super happy to see him. Like you said, it's like Spybot is his dog.
Yeah.
And he's now super happy to see him.
The happy puppy. And that's the part where he reaches out and pets him, right?
It might have been this part. I don't remember if it was last episode or this episode.
It could have been both.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, Spybot, my favorite droid in the world, is happy to see Maul.
Yeah, he's super happy. Next, we go back to Devin. She apologizes to Riley and said she failed to protect him. Which she did.
She absolutely did. She decided to fight with Maul instead of go over and protect Riley. Because, if she had gone behind the crates and hid with Riley, when they had jumped down to take Riley, she would have been there and schwacked them all.
Yeah, Riley, he's asked about his, interrogation, and he mentions that the Inquisitor interrogated him, but he said nothing because he knew nothing.
That's, the best way to go through an interrogation is not actually knowing what they want, I guess.
But, you think that's true, though? Do you think he literally didn't at least, explain, these two Jedi, they came into my house, they were working with my father?
Well, but the aspect of that, though, is that's all stuff they already know. So he could have told them that, but they're like, okay, that's cool, we already know that.
Yeah, I just...
Maybe he was implying that he didn't tell them anything new.
I don't know. I feel like he told them something.
So,
I think it's important that they didn't show any more of that interrogation.
Right. Now, we don't know a whole heck of a lot about 11th Brother, right?
No, just very little. Like I said, it's a very new character to me.
Okay. So, we've seen, in the sequel trilogies, we've seen Kylo Ren do some, brain manipulation a little bit with the interrogation stuff, right? Do you think it's possible that he got stuff out of Riley and then made him forget that he told him?
Or Riley just didn't know what he got.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say it's a possibility.
The best
dark side of the Force is the pathway to many abilities.
Unnatural things.
Some considered to be unnatural. I think I've quoted that. That's the third time we've done that in the podcast now.
Somehow.
Someone's going to be like, oh man, I've seen this episode before. Oh no, it's just Paul saying the same things again. Over and over and over again.
Somehow Greg's Mugs has more tang in it.
Yeah, so next they get to this, they arrive at their destination. They're going to take this elevator down to wherever this ship is hiding here. And Devin says she feels like something's off.
Yeah, she says, I sense a trap, I think is what...
Yeah, and Docky says, I sense it as well.
Yeah. And, of course, Lawson is like, hey, I trust Rena. And Docky pretty much turns to him and says, I'm going to paraphrase here, but he's like, you shouldn't. I trust my Padawan.
Yeah, it's, and basically I think something gets mentioned like she might have been compromised or...
Right. I think someone actually said something along the lines of, what if she doesn't have a choice? And then Riley says, well, call her.
Yeah. And he does, and she's acting like, kind of normal.
What's the place? Kalasar?
I don't know, but she basically says everything ready, everything okay, everything ready, and she's like, yeah, we're ready to go to this place, and he instantly knew that
that's the
she's
sign.
warning them that don't come.
Right. Yeah. That was a great little code word, and then that also implies, like you were saying in one of our previous episodes, that there's. With her being a bounty hunter, that maybe he was too, and maybe they've worked together a lot, and have that level of ability to communicate without,
Maybe that's a secret thing you say if there's trouble.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm curious because I do feel eventually she will be a part of that crew in the show, like a full-time part of the crew. Rena will join them. So, like Lawson and Docky and...
Did she escape? Because I'm kind of...
She does, but the elevator's going down, and they try to stop it, it won't stop. So, it hits the bottom, it opens, but they cut a hole in the ceiling and escape.
My favorite part about lightsabers, you can cut holes in the ceilings of elevators.
It happens often.
It happens. It's very, as Angel would say, that's one of the tropes of Star Wars.
One of the coolest cutting sequences in Star Wars though was in Ahsoka, and the first episode where she throws the lightsabers in the ground and spins them and cuts the hole, and she falls into that temple or whatever.
And she's on the platform.
Yeah,
that she just cut.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that scene a lot.
That was definitely awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, after this happens and they realize they're not in, Rena goes super badass.
Oh, Rena's got moves.
Yeah, she just starts taking out all these stormtroopers and stuff, and
yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
She's definitely not a casino owner, that's for sure.
No, the ship blows up too. I don't remember exactly how the ship blows up, but it definitely blows up.
Yeah, so I think something gets shot or something.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I wish I actually remembered that, but
yeah, it blows up. I mean, every ship that everyone has that's an escape plan blows up. It's how it's been going. So next we go to the Shadow Collective. They actually go to Nicodemus's office, and that's where they're going to hide out.
That's extremely smart if you think about it. I mean, one thing Vario is not is dumb.
Yeah, I mean, Vario even says, "Hey, we're safe here. I'm the one who killed Nicodemus."
Yeah, and then it's just they're gonna be looking for me. Why would we go to my place? That's stupid.
Yeah, and Vario gets a call at this point, and they're kind of giving him crap about it. He's like, "Oh, it's a protected line." You know. And goes over to Maul and he says,
Dryden Voss.
Crimson Dawn and Dryden Voss request your audience.
And that's where they leave us for the episode.
Yeah, Vario says, things are looking up.
Yes, he does, actually. Yep.
So it's okay, here we I know we talked about many times, okay, this is a 20-year period of time from the end of Clone Wars, Order 66, until Solo movie.
Yeah.
Where, obviously Maul is in charge of Crimson Dawn then. And it's we're already getting tie-ins to that. We're already bringing...
So, what I think is going to be interesting is Dryden Voss is in Solo, but he's under Maul, right?
Yeah.
And we know Maul kind of has this tendency to kill his way to the top. So...
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's...
What gives there?
I guess we'll figure it out. I guess we'll see it.
I mean, that could be probably an entire season of Maul.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really hoping we get more involved with the, the Black Sun and stuff like that. I'd like to see more of that, which I think we will.
You think we're going to see Prince Shizor?
I hope so. I hope there's a moment I hope they bring a Shadows of the Empire type
that could be an entire
moment, even with Vader and that'd be cool.
That could be one heck of a little side arc,
Yeah, but no, I mean, once again, super amazing episode, super exciting. Action was good. The car chase was amazing. The car chase is probably my favorite part of the episode, other than the story parts with Maul with the flashbacks and stuff like that were pretty cool. Seeing Maul as a child, I think, was pretty awesome.
I love that they're giving him that level of depth, so he's not just that, They're building a story of him. Mm-hmm. It's not just as straightforward as him going fighting things. And I think they're doing a good job at making a story about a villain. Right. And interestingly enough, since we started this podcast, I have been kind of just seeing what other people are saying about the show online.
Oh yeah.
There are some people out there that are complaining that there's not enough Maul in his own show, and I gotta tell you that I disagree.
I completely disagree with that statement.
I think that you have to, if you're gonna do a standalone show like that, you can't focus solely on one character in a universe.
These are the same people complaining that The Mandalorian stole a whole episode of Book of Boba Fett and it was the best episode of the series.
Listen, it was a good episode, and I enjoyed it, but I also enjoyed Book of Boba Fett despite the speeders.
Oh no, like I said before, and I think the first episode we talked about it. I'm a Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything Star Wars. I'm gonna watch everything Star Wars, even the things that's people's least favorites. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I look for the good in everything and not the bad in everything. You know, I could pull a lot of good things out of Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone who hated on Solo. I love Solo.
You know, I actually was quite upset at myself that I didn't go and see that in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, other than the Lando's droid,
I could have done without that. But here's the thing: you could very easily cut her voice out and just re-script it and have it make sense. I actually wrote stuff for her voice for myself to change it, and you can do it. You can still make it work, and the motions and where she is and what she's doing, you can still make it work and not have her so weird.
Yeah, just
she was weird.
Listen, the character was barely in the character was barely in the movie. Very, very minimal. Dies pretty fast, and it was awesome when she died. Like sorry, but that scene, that whole part.
She's the computer for the Falcon now, though.
Yeah, which I thought that part was pretty cool.
Yeah,
like she's
lives on.
Yeah,
but that also explains why C-3PO says to Han, "Your ship has a very peculiar dialect."
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And I can see that now. It makes sense.
Yeah, but Maul, as far as I think, it's a perfect amount because you still have to have him as this dark shadow character.
Well, yeah, and you know, when it comes to telling a story like they're telling right now, you have to show the other aspects of how everyone else is angling. Because if we strictly were, you know, over the shoulder camera following Maul the whole time, we wouldn't be getting the depth. We wouldn't be understanding why it's so important that he's doing what he's doing, and you know who he's maneuvering against, and it would take away from, you know, the goals that he has and the things that he's doing, because it doesn't show the audience why they're so important.
Well, plus not only that, we're getting a chance to we're developing all these new characters, and the new characters are phenomenal, and we're developing them. Even these Inquisitors are very minimal stuff with these Inquisitors.
Right.
So it's now that we're getting their story is also amazing. I'm sorry, I just can't. I could probably pull a lot of negative from everything, even Star Wars, but I'm having a hard time finding anything that I disagree with or dislike about this show. I really am.
It's one of it honestly, you know, the Monday highlight is I get to finish watching it and tell you how cool it was, and have you go out of your mind sitting at your desk.
If Angel were here right now for this episode, I guarantee he'd be on the same page, because he is such a love and passion for the Star Wars animation and Lucas animation, and I think he would agree with me that it's hard to find negatives in this series so far. He brought up the best animation ever, and I don't think any of us are ready to say it's the best animated Star Wars series ever with the story arcs we had from Clone Wars and Rebels. But if it keeps going the way it's going season after season, it's going to be hard to not say it's not.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely, and you know if you're talking strictly on the evolution of the artwork, I can concede that it's the best artwork. You know, it's the greatest artwork of the animated stuff they've done so far. But when you get into the story, it's that, you know, that's where things change. We need more to throw Maul into that ring.
Yeah, I hope they announce before season 2 comes out that they're doing season 3. I hope it's just not a bad batch, a couple seasons and done type thing. I hope we get to go on for a little while with the show.
Well, there's just so much material that
There's 20 years. We could have the show go on for 20 years. Even though I would love to see some more live action Maul. I really would. I did have a theory I wanted to throw out there.
All right. Is everybody ready for Paul's theory?
No. So every theory so far of the show is proven pretty much wrong, with the whole Mrs. Lawson thing. But this is one thing I was thinking that would be pretty cool. It keeps getting brought up, it's getting a lot more love and being pushing for the whole Starkiller Vader's Apprentice. What are the chances that we see Starkiller in this series? The Inquisitors fail and Vader sends the next best thing in. I thought that would be pretty awesome.
Which is Starkiller?
Which would Sam Witwer voice both of them?
That would be a very interesting interaction, to say the least.
You know, I'm just thinking out loud, if the Inquisitors, if Maul, say Maul, whether it's this season, next season, that the Inquisitors show that they're also no match for Maul, you have to send something better in.
Well, do you think that they're gonna upgrade Maul's legs since he's having issues?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely foreshadowing the crap out of that. I don't. Are we just going to keep fixing his legs? Like, next episode, are they going to fix it again? Like, what are they going to do, for the next phase of his leg? I don't know. Maybe Beskar legs.
Beskar legs. That could.
Maybe they'll do something with that. Since the lightsabers and stuff can't hurt pure Beskar.
Well, I mean, not for nothing. There's 3 sets of Mando armor in a pile of rubble down there. I know that that not all of the Mando armor at this stage is still pure Beskar, but I'm sure it could be refined.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll do something. I don't know. That would lead to the theory of Rukas being the armorer.
You know what? We just solved it.
I'm just saying, like, that would lead to I mean, I think that's like, look, they're really. I mean, this has been multiple times in this series that his legs get damaged.
Yeah.
First with Daki and now this, and they keep foreshadowing it. Like, something has to happen. Like, they're not going to go back in time and give him the spider legs or the General Grievous looking legs.
Right.
But what could they do to make it better?
Well, he was, in the hologram of him in Solo at the end. He was wearing pants, right?
Yeah, I don't think they really.
So,
I mean, he does stand up and stuff. I don't know if you see his feet and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't. Maybe you should put a clip of that on this.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to. Hey, future Greg, this is your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you can't tell what condition his legs are in Solo.
Yeah.
So it's entirely, it doesn't break continuity or canon in any way.
Well, who's to say he can't switch his legs for situational?
And who's to say he's not wheelchair ridden when he's, if he's sitting down the whole time, maybe he can't stand up.
But I think the theories are getting pretty good. I think that'd be a good one, and I think it would be well, it wouldn't be a surprise to us anymore because we figured it out. But it'd be super surprising. But like they're gonna have to fix his legs more than just like, oh, we tweaked it and we fixed it.
Yeah, I don't think Scorn's doing a very good job right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's gonna be something like that. Like, maybe, like I said, maybe Beskar legs. Since Beskar never really made it out of anything but the Mandalorian series, I'd like to hear more about it, know more about it.
Yeah, that would be cool. What do you? All right, so since we're sitting here on the post Icarus stabbing, I'm not calling him dead until they don't bring him back, because
so he could be alive forever.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought Maul was dead. I mean, come on.
Oh, Boba Fett was dead.
Boba Fett was dead.
The only one who's still dead that they need to bring back, because I think he logically would have survived more than anyone, was Mace Windu falling out the window.
That I definitely, when he got flung out the window, I was just like, there's no way. There's just no way. We've seen Jedi fall that far.
I mean, Obi-Wan in the Episode 1 fight falls like 700 feet on his back.
See?
Maul falls really far onto his back.
Uh-huh.
So...
Yeah, and then his back falls on the top of him.
Anakin falls through 400 cars in Attack of the Clones and catches a car and...
Yeah, there's just... I'm sorry, it's not even a stretch.
Like, if you really wanted me to believe that he didn't survive, he should have cut his head off.
Exactly. That's pretty... I mean, at this point, you can't even stab somebody with a lightsaber and have me say he's dead.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn was done dirty.
Yeah. Well, and then you get into that whole argument of, why didn't he force, like other people, like Obi-Wan did in A New Hope?
Yeah, there's always that argument why some do and some don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the argument I know before was, like, the whole, like, oh, you're finally one with the Force and all that, but then why did Kylo Ren disappear? Like, you're trying to tell me that after all the murder and chaos and stuff he caused...
And the whining.
That he's done, that he's, like, worthy of the Force, like, to become that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's very what the plot needs driven out of world.
Fair enough, but anyway, another great episode. I'm looking forward to next week. Please tune back in for our next episodes, 9 and 10, episodes 9 and 10, which we will be watching May the 4th, at Flagship Cinema in Palmyra. If anyone wants to come, we have a couple seats left over. 7:30 to 9:30, we're going to watch Maul.
Yeah, absolutely. And, come hang out with us for the pre-show and the after-show, which is our silly faces talking to you.
Yeah. I mean, your silly face.
Well, I was just trying to have friends, man.
All right, man. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching the One Way Out Star Wars podcast. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all those good things. We're really trying to build a community here. We want to talk Star Wars weekly. We're going to do some fun things with giveaways and stuff in the future once we have a good subscriber base. So share to your friends. If you don't like Star Wars, share to someone who does. You know. And if you're anyone that lives locally and you ever want to make an appearance on this podcast for any reason, I mean, let us know. We have room for 4, and
yeah, absolutely.
We'd love to have some special guests and stuff like that.
Always a good time, guys.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm having a blast doing this. It's been 15 years in the making, finally getting done, and we're really figuring out how to fit it in our busy lives, but we love doing it, and we'll keep doing it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I introed you. Want an outro?
Sure. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and may the Force be with you.
Always.